Hi, this is my 6th finished sketchbook, but my first sketchbook tour on this channel. So I thought I would go through this sketchbook with you and just comment on what I've made. I've actually made this sketchbook, but it was not that complicated. I just sewed some stacks of paper together and covered the big stack with some leather, so yeah. As I said, this is my 6th finished sketchbook, and I started it the 1st of December the 1st. I finished it on January the 1st, so exactly 1 month. And this is the first page that I will show you. It's a bunch of cool ladies with some glasses, and I just used some blue ink, a blue ink pen, a liner, and some, I think it was the Tombow brush pen in black that I used. I think I made this during class actually, but never mind. And this is some more doodles that I made in class with even more liners actually. Some citrus fruit. A sticker. This was actually some doodles that I made in front of the TV. I'm not that proud of them, but it doesn't matter. Whenever I make something that I don't really like, I just tell myself that it's fine and that I've become better. I guess, I don't know. Hi, it's me from the future, and I just want to clarify that what I meant was that I hopefully improved and have learned something from creating this page that I'm not that fond of, but yeah, there are some positivities to that as well. Please resume with the sketchbook tour past Estelle. Thank you. More portraits. Even more portraits. I guess you can tell what I like to draw. And I like to combine a liner with a pastel highlighter. I just think it gives a very nice effect and just makes the page in the sketchbook feel a lot more aesthetically pleasing, if you will. And this is when I got my markers, and I just tested them out in the sketchbook. I know it's not the ideal paper, but I just wanted to get the feel of them. More portraits, even more portraits, and I just want to skip through this, but anyway. This is a quite interesting page actually. I wanted to find new ways to draw portraits actually, and I recognized that I've drawn portraits quite fast and just simple lately. I just wanted to put some more time into them and see what could come out of that. And this was a graphite portrait, and then I just moved on to liners again. Because, I don't know, I just think it's really fun. And this cross-hatching style is really appealing to me. I really like it. And it's very fun as well. Oh yeah, I forgot. Whoops. And that's when I started to really go loose on cross-hatching. But I think it's really nice. I like this. And again, with a very light highlighter in the background. This was a late night, and I just wanted to... I did not know what to draw, and I could not for the life of me find the inspiration. So I just made some patterns with a Ecoline brush pen, and yeah. This is what came out of it, I guess. They're not that good, but yeah. The night after I got one of these ballpoint pens that have several colors in them, and I made these portraits using the cross-hatching that I talked about earlier. And in this page I actually used both red and blue ink, and I just thought it had a nice effect. This was actually another ballpoint pen portrait that I did not really like, so I just went in gouache and made some things. I don't know, I don't think it's really good, but it was fun. And this is a quote you can pause and read if you want. And if you can, I don't know, it's a bit messy, that page. Even more gouache portraits, and yeah, they're not very good, but I'm trying to learn to paint with gouache, okay? And I'm not, yeah. I'm trying my best, let's just say that. Then I came back to my portraits, again with highlighter and liner. This was the 23rd of December, and you can see I had quite a bit left of the book, but the inspiration just came to me, I guess. Even more portraits. I just really like to draw portraits. This is what is really annoying with this sketchbook. I was not planning to use as much water as I did, but this paper does not take water well. I guess you can use water in it, but you have to be very cautious with what's on the other page, I guess. So here I drew, I had water-based Ecoline brush pen, and then I used water on top of it to make it more flat, I guess. It went right through the page, and now I have this orange stain on my pretty ladies. Yeah, and this was when I used Ecoline brush pens and water on top to more or less use some kind of watercolor effect. I don't really know, but it was cool and I enjoyed it. So Ecoline brush pens with water on top. And liners. And liners. Yeah, this is basically the same thing. Different brush pens, water, and liners. This one, I'm not that proud of this, but let's just tell the story. In The Sims, there are portraits that you can have your Sims make, and some of them are based on real-life classics, and there are one of them that is really similar to Mona Lisa. So I tried to draw the Sims version of Mona Lisa in gouache, but as I think that you already know, I'm not that good at gouache, so yeah, let's just move on. This page is actually my favorite. I used water-based liners this time and put water on them to kind of get the effect of watercolor, but when I was finished I thought it looked kind of plain, and I like to put a bit of color on my pages basically, so I just went in with highlighter again, and this lilac color, it's just so beautiful. I love it. I really like this one. Anyway, oh yeah, I basically wrote on this page that be cautious. I really like the things that I made on the previous page, and I don't want them to get ruined by water, so please, Estelle, be cautious. This was when I experimented with different lightings. I tried to draw lighting from underneath the person and the foot in this case, the hands, and I tried to get this effect by drawing shadows where I would have drawn highlights, I guess. No, that's not it. I don't know. I think I just tried out some different shading techniques, I guess. And this one is quite fun. They're all quite... what's the word? They look quite shocked, and yeah. I just doodled basically, and this was what came out of that. I used yellow and magenta for some reason. But anyway. And this is eggs. I remember that I bought a bag of candy, and there were these gummy eggs, and I felt inspired to draw gummy eggs basically, so I just filled a page with gummy eggs. More portraits, cardboard piece, even more portraits, and this was at December 29th, so New Year was around the corner. This was quite interesting. My mom tells me that this looks like just a blob with some patterns on it, but this is actually supposed to be eyes. I'm watching a YouTuber who also creates art content, and she used to draw eyes like this on her portraits, and I just felt inspired, so I tried to test that out. I don't remember what her name was though. Anyway, I think this style of drawing eyes was really interesting, so I just tried it out basically. More squiggles. And even more squiggles, and a squiggle on cardboard paper. Some seeds, some squares with cardboard. Sometimes I just do stuff like this to just create something when I really don't know what to create, and yeah, I think it's cool, I guess, I don't really know. Some more portraits with some leftover gouache water, I guess. And eye that I made out of green highlighter. Yeah, even more cross-hatching. And this next page is a bit of fun. A face with liner and cross-hatching patterns along with a highlighter. And this was, as well as the page with the squiggles, inspired by some YouTuber that I watched at the time, and I basically even more squiggles. We'll come to that later. I basically cut a hole in this page, and I glued in some plastic. Yeah, something plastic, something see-through, and I just drew this on the other page. So it's like a window, I guess you can call it. Like a boat window. I just thought it looked cool, basically. This was where I tried to use the eyes that I talked about earlier, but on people. Some disco. Yeah. This was on New Year's Eve. I just thought it was fitting. A sandwich. Some leaves that my mom drew a couple of years ago, I guess. A portrait, and this portrait was actually inspired by Matthew Sorgi. He has a video where he explains how he draws portraits, basically, and he used markers, but I just used highlighters because I felt like this paper was gonna absorb all the marker, basically. And I just wanted to use better paper for actual markers, but this was inspired by his video. Another portrait, some meatballs in a pan, some pens and pencils and highlighters and erasers and whatnot, and then the last page. And this is me, my mom and my dad in a theater watching a screen that says "The End" in, I think it's French. Yeah. And then just some notes that says "Thank you for looking through my sketchbook. So that's what I'll say to you as well. Thank you for looking through my sketchbook with me, and yeah, I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!